Hey guys, Dr. Prometheus here, back with some more Bears franchise. Well, what do you know? I'm gonna screw that up a little bit. I'm gonna hide my screen so I can actually bring up my OBS because it's not up on my other screen. But yeah, here we go. After a Super Bowl win, we have the off season to go through. So I kind of took a look at the team, and I have no idea what we're gonna do. So we were extended. We kind of already figured that. But let's look at this by the stat wise. Next week. Because we'll have retirements, things like that. Okay, 2024 retirements. Laurent Duvernay Tardif, T.Y. Hilton, Akeem Hicks goes into the sunset after a Super Bowl win. So we're going to have to replace him on the line. Anthony Sherman, Ron Leary, Jordan Reed, Terrell Casey, Cam Newton retires, so the Packers are going to have to figure out what to do. Roger Saffold, Morgan Moses, J.C. Treader, Mike Pouncey, Russell Okung. Aaron Rodgers retires after 20 years in the league. Weston Richburg, Lane Johnson, Eric Fisher, DJ Fluker. Okay. I didn't realize he'd been in the league 12 years at this point. Quan Jones, Rob Gronkowski finally retires. Gabe Johnson, Cap retires after taking a couple stints there in Denver, I think he was, for a while, for a couple seasons before they brought in Baker Mayfield. Julio Jones, who's with the Broncos, retires. LaMarcus Joyner, Michael Brockers, Keith Smith, Casey Hayward, Bradley Roby, Ryan Tannehill, Malcolm Jenkins, Pat Pete, Levante David, Tom Brady after 25 years. He calls it quits at this point. Nick Foles with his 2 Super Bowls. Alex Lewis, Nick Valor, Cordy Glenn, Kirk Cousins, Pierre Desir, Nick Easton, Demario Davis, Russell Bodine, Chris Hubbard, Linval Joseph, Tyrone Crawford, Chris Harris Jr., Brandon Williams, Josh Hill, Derek Wolfe, Amiz Alawali, Jalen Richard, who we had a couple seasons, Ty Sambrolo, Sambrolo, Cody Parkey. Don't want to talk about it as a Bears fan. Don't want to. And John Harbaugh retires. We do have some fire. Let's see who was released. Here's the release here. Trey Herndon. Let's see. Wilson. Let me go through. Blessum Austin was released through Tranquil. See if we see anyone in here that we're like, we gotta have. I think Shelton would be a good add. Micah Kaiser, maybe. Jakiski Tart, okay. Solomon Little. Okay. Kevin King. Okay, here's the coach firings. John Gruden, fired from the Bills. Bill O'Brien, who was on the Bucks, is fired. Anthony Lynn, who in real life was fired this year, he makes it 2024. Sean McVay is fired from the Eagles. So we got some new head coaches that will be signed there. We have one that was signed. Bill O'Brien was signed to be the head coach of the Chargers. Let's start in week 20. Okay, yeah, re-signed here. So he's the first one to be re-signed. He goes to the Chargers. We have a lot to think about. Weekly awards. That was from the Super Bowl. Now, look at who we need to negotiate with. So Allen Robinson, Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson, Julian Blackmon, Kyle Allen, which we are going to go a different direction with Kyle Allen. So I know that. Cody Whitehair still in the league. Kyle Fuller, Amani Hooker, Eddie Pinheiro, Tariq Cohen, Jose Tolbert, Kendall Vildor. We'll have to see. Leonard Floyd, we are not going to bring him back. Maurice Harris, we'll have to see. Christopher Wilder, at 27, we're not going to bring him back. Corey Montague, for $9 million over 3 years, that's a no. Owen Peterson might be a guy we bring back. I don't know. Paul Levy, that's a cheap contract. Jesper Horsted, I don't know, and we have a cheap contract there. So let's kind of go through this. We have how much money? $81 million. So Allen Robinson wants a 3-year deal. He wants to play till he's 35. This isn't remotely a fair offer by any means. $17 million here. Khalil. This isn't remotely even reasonable. She's coming off a $25 million deal. I think $20 million a year. Be good. He's going to test out free agency. We're going to franchise tag Khalil Mack. There's no way in hell we're going to let him go. Eddie Jackson, that's an $8 million deal there. He's going to test out free agency as well. So does that mean we have to bring in Julian Blackmon? No. We're going to restart at safety if we have to. Cody Whitehair. 1 year, $8 million deal. What do we have on the out? What do we have here? He's 75 overall. His awareness is a lot better. So we're going to do that. We're going to resign. What do you want here? He's going to test as well. Kyle Fuller. One year, $8 million. He wants to play for a new team. We're not going to bring in Amani Hooker back. Okay. At this point, we can get Tariq Cohen to come back then for a 1 year deal. Maybe. Okay, Tariq Cohen. For a good left tackle, about 13 a year. Okay. We're not going to bring back Vildor. We're not going to bring back Maurice Harris. Same thing with Odin Peterson. Move on. We're going to move on from Paul Levy. We have another guy, Jesper Horsted, and we will sign Tobias Wilkins to a 3-year $1.5 million deal. Okay, so we are going to 100% franchise tag Khalil Mack. Okay. Oh, if I was going to cut anyone, it would have been there. Let's see if we want to cut anyone. Okay. 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 Yeah, there's no one we really wanted to cut there. Okay, free agency. Oh, if that retirement's up, so someone else retired. Cameron Irving retired. Okay. We're gonna see if we can bring back some couple players. We're gonna probably spend a draft pick there. We have Tariq Cohen. We do have Allen Robinson. So I think we're good here. We're good at tight end. Feel like we're good on the line. White hair. Let him walk. Eric Amaya. Okay. Being in JJ Watt, maybe. DeAndre Burns. Antonio Cobb. He has absolutely no suitors. At this point, since he didn't want to come back for cheap, we're going to send him that. Eddie Jackson. Do you want Eddie Jackson on this roster? 213 will overpay for him. I'm fine with that. Sean Elliott. Aha, Clinton Dix is in there. Jordan Fuller. Not a big hitter by any means. Is there any corners that I'd be like, they'd make some great outside? Ray Flowers, wasn't he on if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he on the Seahawks? I'll look this up right quick. I think he was, or is right now. I mean, he's good, but he's not the other side of that defense. The other side of the defense is Griffin. But I think he can play. What's his hit power? Oh man, press. Let's see. Maybe we can bring in Trey Flowers on a small deal. JJ Watt's gonna be too much. Once 6. Edward Woodley. He's no better than what we have on the roster right now. Junior Reed. Is there anyone that has the speed? Ben Prince? That could be interesting. Um, what about Justice Hill? Just good speed. Joshua Kelly, maybe. Feel like we have a good scat back. Kalen Balaj might be good here. Especially in the blocking department, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to kind of go with what I have. Okay, so what we have right now in our negotiations: Eddie Jackson, Kyle Fuller, Trey Flowers. We bring in, I think I might want to bring in another receiver. Oh, Brian Edwards has a bid. Eric. Reynolds has one. I don't want to bid with anyone. Bring back Torrey Montague. On a 1-year deal. And then I don't want to bring in some reserves. One year there. Let's bring in $2 million. Dietrich Wise, that would be a good one. Good signing. For some depth. Bowser's gonna actually go to a decent team. I think Kyle Van Noy can play on the inside. He's 250 though. I'm gonna lie to even remotely play inside. $3 million. Yeah, he's not gonna get that. Jack Lawson can play on the inside if he has to. Another 1-year deal. Bring in a couple other guys. Let's bring in Bassey. I think he's fast. He can play if he needs to. Deep. 1 year deal. No bonus, so if you have to cut him, we can cut him. That's what we'll go with. Okay, let's see. Witherspoon, Fuller, Lawson. We got everyone. And Trey Flowers. So Flowers be competing with the secondary. We might use Trey Flowers as the safety. Never know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, the news. E-news. Draft stories. The Georgia Straw safety won the Heisman Trophy. Okay. Okay. He's a top 10 pick. No, he's actually a late round pick. Ooh, if we can pick him up, what a steal that would be. Ooh, Tyler Allen. And Deion Thompson. Okay. You know what? We're going to withdraw both offers. We're going to advance weeks, so we're going to go with Witherspoon, Fuller, Jack Lawson, Fred Flowers, Eddie Jackson. See how this goes. Which players are in my long-term plans? Juan Goodson is in my long-term plans. Yes, he is. Yes. That's no doubt. We're going to bring in Clayton Whiting. Compete. That was Big From. Okay. Since I don't like the quarterback aspects there. We have 2 second-round picks. Okay. Whiting does take it. Allen Robinson is available to play. All right, so let's do the last remaining scout, and then I need to go through and make sure all the teams are good. I don't want a situation where we get some weird drafting aspects to happen. For GMs back here, but I'm not seeing any. All right, so at this point, I will go through the teams, make sure there's nothing awkward with the teams, so they draft kind of correctly and according to what they should draft. Drafting actual holes or best player available instead of drafting like 2 quarterbacks or 2 running backs, things like that. So, or 2 right guards when they have a good left guard already and that whole thing. So I'll be back here. It's going to be a quick cut. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So we are back. Took a long time to actually do some editing. But yeah, let's go to the 2025 NFL Draft. Shouldn't see any crazy things, but funny part is there wasn't a lot of crazy things that I saw in the first place. So, our signings, we re-signed Eddie Jackson, brought in Trey Flowers, which is going to be playing in that strong safety position. Kyle Fuller was brought back. We got Shaq Lawson, who's going to play in the inside and end position. Clayton Whiting coming in and taking that backup position. A young player, only 26 years old, on a 3-year contract. With some depth at tackle, Austin Weatherspoon. Some of the league signings: Zach Martin goes to the Raiders, Fletcher Cox to the Rams, Keenan Allen to the Jets, J.J. Watt to the Eagles, Brandon Brooks, Broncos, Matt Milano to the Eagles, Rashad Penny. Ronnie Hooker goes to the Browns. Todd Gurley, we're going to see a bit of him. Packers now. So, some good stuff there. Cody Whitehair goes to the Panthers. Tyrus Bowser. I thought it was Tyrus. So, Tyus Bowser goes to the Lions. Chase Claypool, the Lions. So, some good signings throughout the league. Some bad ones as well, but let's start. Actually, let's look at the roster first. Okay, so here's our offensive line. Mason's going to play here. So we need to change this with Amaya. Watkins is going to be the tight end here. Okay, so I'll have to change one of those. Elam, even though he got Rookie of the Year, it's kind of messed up. I thought that always worked like that. We're going to increase him because he did get Rookie of the Year. We'll make sure we get the other ones that got Rookie of the Year. This is how it looks at face value. I'm gonna do that right now with so I don't forget. Who got it? Eddie Easton, Briggs, Falk. Briggs, Easton, Falk. Briggs, Easton, Falk. Briggs. Okay, he's on there. Easton. He didn't crease either with it. Kind of gives you an idea of what we were doing. We'll never add someone up to a superstar X Factor, just up the superstar if they're already there. Easton was on the Broncos. And no, I passed him. Well, I'm gonna look at this again. I think he's already an X Factor. Eddie Easton. Weird. You can see him. Eddie Easton, not Easton. Wow. The running back. All right, so now let's start the draft. We don't have a lot of holes at this point. Because Mason will start there. Amaya will start here at his right guard position. I mean, we don't have huge issues. We already have 53, so at this point, we're probably going to trade up.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Bucks will have the first pick in the draft. Should be Matt Garfield goes number 1. Thank you. See what they say.
The Cardinals are now
Yep.
on the clock.
But instead, they take Terrence Favors, right end out of Georgia. We're going to stay with Drew Lock there in Tampa.
The Chargers are
Drew
now
Bush, left outside linebacker.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Ryan Shepard. Okay, we kind of knew that was going to happen.
The Bills are now
Connor
on the clock.
McCord. Who do we want to take? Probably David Jordan. He meant Braxton
The Jets
Greene,
are
maybe.
now on the clock.
We'll kind of see. Nope, David Jordan goes here to Buffalo.
The Texans are now on the clock.
Xavier Ross goes here. Two safeties back to back. Frank Jennings. Looks like a good one there.
Are now on the clock.
Lonzo Huffman.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Zachary Dickinson.
The Lions are now on the clock.
Geo candidate.
The Saints are now
Percy
on the clock.
Winthrop. Ooh, that's a good pick.
The 49ers
Oh,
are now
Watford.
on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock.
Braxton Greene. I think we're just going to
The
go with our
Broncos
first round
are
pick
now
late
on
in
the
the,
clock.
late in the first. Darius Griffin.
The Titans are now on the
Chad
clock.
Byron. John Beekman.
The Raiders are now on
Washington
the
takes
clock.
Jesse Franz.
The Seahawks. are
Matt
now
Garfield finally goes off the board. He goes to the Raiders, who Aaron Rodgers retired, so that's a good pick for them.
The Panthers
Kind of
are
fell
now on
down
the
to
clock.
him. Jeff Peters.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Manuel Espinarza.
The Rams
Dolphins
are now
take
on
Michael Peters.
the Colts are
Tyler
now on the clock.
Carr.
The Patriots are now
Alec
on the clock.
Goddard. Colts.
The Packers.
That's
are
going
now
to
on the
take
clock.
Delroy Leonard.
The
Packers going to take
Vikings are
Melvin
now on the
Anderson.
clock.
Ooh, that's not a great pick.
The
Vikings
Ravens
take
are now on the
Marion
clock.
Leonard.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Tyquan Phillips, 73 overall, receiver out of LSU.
The Bengals
Good
are
receiver
now
core.
on the clock.
Maxwell Reynolds, center out of Georgia. That's a good one.
The Giants
Bengals take
are
Will
now on the
Hickson.
clock. The Steelers
Giants
are
take
now on the clock.
Jelani Lake. And the Steelers will take
Bears are now on the
Shaquille Evans. Ooh, what a pick is that? Jesus, that's a good one. We're going to make a selection. We're not going to trade away our first round pick. I feel good with our backup. And that to our left is actually bugged. No big time receivers for the first round. Don't need a tight end. We don't really need any linemen. Conte Richardson. Talent is mid-round first. He's projected to go in the fourth, though. Larry Ruggs, South Carolina. Same thing, second-round pick, speed rusher. Kenneth Jones. Projected as a third-round pick, though. Sermons was projected to be a second-round pick. Dylan Brown. Teddy Black. If I had to pick someone right now, he's not a 5'4" speed. Catching's good, but I would rather go with Shaq Nelson. Jonathan Copeland as well. Jack Nelson's got that. I think that's my second round pick, though, so we picked 10th. I think we take Keontae Richardson, speed rusher out of Florida. Had a pretty good combine there. Needs some help in the bench press section, but think that's what we go with. We don't have a better idea. That's a nose. Actually, let's bring this to a nose tackle. So we're gonna go with Kenneth Jones. He's gonna become our new nose tackle. We're gonna put Blau Nichols out back on the edge, the opposite side. So we're gonna take Kenneth Jones here, early first round. And he is normal dev, a 76 overall. Ooh, our new nose tackle there. That's going to be a good one. So on the clock here. And it's going to be Isaiah Hancock. Not a great pick by the Buccaneers here. Arizona. Those with Channing Emerson.
The Eagles.
Chargers, Dalton Meander.
The Bills.
Ross Beckham. Bills going to take Daniel Tucker. Tight end out of Texas. Jets take Demetrius Sermons. Okay. Kind of figured that would happen sooner rather than later. Jordan Witherspoon, the Texans. Cowboys take Tim Hall. The Falcons take Kyle Beverly. We're going to make our selection here. We got 2 picks in the second round. Could we go defensive picks? Dylan Brown, maybe. City Black in the 4th. Maybe Dalton Harper at the end of this round. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to go receiver here. We're going to go with what route? Maybe we might go with Shaq Nelson here. Otta Northwestern. Let's take him here.
The Lions are now on the
Normal dev, we did reach. He's a 69 overall. Decent speed. I think he's going to be a pretty decent receiver for us. Lions are going to take Gerard Sloan.
The 49ers.
Dylan Brown to the Saints.
The Browns.
Niners take Ezekiel Woodley.
The
Browns
are now on the clock.
Cassidy Phillips.
The Titans are now on the
Isaiah Strickland to the Broncos. Matthew Collins, Titans.
The
Washington takes
are now on
Marion Branch. Richie Cox goes to Raiders. Washington back on the clock here. Chris Schaefer, center out of West Virginia. That's a good pick.
The Dolphins are now
Brendan Ward.
The Rams
Miami
are now
takes
on the
Sergio
clock.
Milstead.
The Colts
Rams,
are now
Larry
on the
Ruggs. Looks pretty good.
clock. The Patriots are now on the clock.
Deshaun Holloman goes to the Colts. Pat's going to pick
The
up
Packers
Stephen
are now on the
Brown, right outside linebacker. Packers going to take Jose Delgado. Still no quarterback for them. We'll have to see
The Ravens
Hello.
are now on the clock.
some of the roster changes are. Corey Bennett, the Vikings.
The Chiefs. are now
Jose
on the clock.
Thomas out of Notre Dame.
The Bengals are
Chiefs
now on
take
the clock.
Denario Hartwell. Bengals.
The Texans.
They take
are
Orlando
now on the
Westbrook. That's a good pick. Texans at
clock. The
30.
Steelers are now on
Take
the clock.
Alexander Wallace. And the Steelers will take Antoine Benson. We're going to make our pick here. Still, Jimmy Nicholas is out there. It's tempting, but I think he's going to be good for a team, and I don't want to pick him and kind of skew the draft. Look back here. This is the second round still. I think Dalton Harper is going to take a little bit to adjust to the offense, but I think he can do something. We're going to take Dalton Harper, strong safety, out of Stanford. Got 68 overall, so yeah, he's going to need a little bit of development. But I think he could play in a couple of years.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
Okay, at this point, let's go to our next user pick. Kind of pick like that now.
Bears are now on the clock.
We're going to make selections all this draft. Someone did take that quarterback finally. We'll see. More physical. We got a lot of receivers active. I think it's fine. Let's go with Luke Buckner. Let's go with Jonathan Copeland. He can do 70 overall. He's a good pick. Not great in speed. I think he's more of a tight end type. 224. Yeah, I think he's more of a tight end type. Not a bad pick.
Bears are now on the clock.
Make our second selection in the third round. We only have 3 active running backs. I'm going to draft the running backs late in the game here. We had a couple of guys we liked on the offensive line. Actually, really just one. Go with Brad Bowman. Get some depth.
Are now on the clock.
The greatest, but it'll work there.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Selection. At this point, I think we need more depth out here. Larry Stoudemire. Also take him. 2 safeties. One's a good pick. One's going to need... Both of them are going to need long-term...
The Bears are now on the clock.
Looks at the position. Long-term development. Nothing here in the corner shop. Go with Tyler Allen, speed rusher.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
68 as well.
The Giants are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock.
Arthur McNeil is a power back. Ooh, that's a good one. Go with that.
The Buccaneers
64, we reached on him a lot, but I think he can be a decent power back, actually.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Benji Sawyer. What he can do, he's fast.
Now on the clock.
Maybe we can get a guy that can play more of the slot in case we need three. But also someone that can
Are now on the clock.
kick return as well. Not just with punts. We're in the 5th round here. Let's take Rod Stewart.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Needs some work, but I think he can do as a reserve guy. And I think we are going to take a right guard just to fill the roster point. He looks good. Bryce Dalton, 61. He's decent for a backup. Needs a little work. We had a lot of picks kind of lined up. Put this fourth, Cleveland.
Well, wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming. The Bears are now on the clock.
Just not fast. Blocking tight end. Let's see how he does. Ooh, a hidden dev. Okay. Blocking tight end, hidden dev. I'll take it. Looking for some gems in here later on in the picks. Read any more? Probably need more pass rushers. If there's any decent ones. Not really. Take another flyer this time on a halfback, DeAndre Westerman.
The Buccaneers
64 overall. We're not going to be on the roster all that long.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Do that one in Seattle.
Both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got.
And then we're going to let someone else pick Mr. Irrelevant. Someone wants this pick. Give it to the Colts.
How come nobody's at the podium? That's because both teams are right now working on a trade.
Johnny Conway. All right, so let's look at the draft recap. We take Kenneth Jones, 32 overall, first round. He's going to be our next nose tackle. Jack Nelson, receiver out of Northwestern with the 10th pick in the second round. Then we take Dalton Harper with our own pick in the second round at 32. 68 overall, needs some work, but hey, it happens. We take Jonathan Copeland, receiver out of Massachusetts in the third round with another traded pick, and then our pick in the third round goes to Brad Bowman, center, backup center at that point. Larry Stoudemire, another safety, comes off in the fourth. Then we take Allen of North Carolina, Tyler Allen, right end, and then Arthur McNeil, their last pick in the fourth round. Benji Sawyer goes to us in the fifth. Then we take Ron Stewart, right tackle, and right guard Bryce Dalton. Andy McMillan, though, is the big one here, the blocking tight end, sixth round, 18th pick in the round, 61 overall. Is a blocking tight end. We kind of need something like that. But that's going to be a good one there. DeAndre Westerman is the last one. So let's kind of look here. Terrence Favors, number 1 overall. It doesn't even have hidden dev. Ooh. Drew Bush is normal. Shepard is normal. Wow, not a lot of hidden devs. Here's one, David Jordan. We kind of figured he would be a hidden dev. He is the Heisman Trophy winner. He went 5th overall. There was no way we're going to trade up to him. And Xavier Ross, the other strong safety, comes in as a hidden dev as well. There are 2 picks that we were not going to be able to come up and grab. Just look at this by team. Will Hickson, 68 overall. Their best pick is Orlando Westbrook, halfback, out of Miami. Or it could be Javier Guzman. He's 24 years old. Bills, best pick Daniel Tucker, tight end in the fifth pick in the 2nd round. That looks pretty decent there. Broncos, best pick is Chad Byron, who they picked up 15th. Hidden Dev, another strong safety. Ooh, strong safeties look pretty good here, but we just couldn't get up in the draft to do it. Jarius Griffin, we had an eye on him, rookie out of Alabama. He looks absolutely spectacular. Just wow. Then they take Keontae Richardson, we were looking at. He's a hidden dev rookie out of Florida. Just wow, that's going to be a good one for them. Buccaneers choose not to take a quarterback with the 1st overall and go with Terrence Favors. Odd, but hey, sometimes it happens. Cardinals with Drew Bush with the 2nd overall pick. He's going to be decent. They also take Timmy Nichols, rookie out of Clemson, the backup Kyler Murray, and he is going to be great. Thing is, he's not going to be playing all that much. Chargers. Got a couple good picks here. The 1st and 2nd. Byron Shepard, rookie out of South Carolina. He looks pretty good here. He's a work out his route running, but fast, has some speed. Good acceleration for him. Dalton Meander, right outside linebacker. Looks like he's going to be pretty good too. And Jason Hunt, they got the quarterback out of Ohio State. I'm going to back up Herbert out here. And Jesus, he looks good too. Chiefs. Getting Maxwell Reynolds. They needed a center, it looks like. And kind of good one at that. We got Oscar Mooney back here. Right outside linebacker out of Utah. Okay. Colts take Alec Goddard, left tackle, to guard Mitch's back, and leaves a lot to be desired, but that pass block is good and run block power pretty good. Just needs some development there, but he looks like a decent prospect. Cowboys, Alfonso Huffman at 8. Not too bad. Need some help with route running, but I think he can play very well. Dolphins get Michael Peters, 77 overall rookie out of Colorado. This guy is going to be an absolute beast. Connor McCord goes to the Eagles. Starting the back, whoever's quarterback here, I think it's still Carson Wentz. But pretty good left tackle prospect. Falcons. Best 2 picks for them are the first 2. They get Zachary Dickinson, 21 years old, out of Tennessee. He looks pretty good. Then Kyle Beverly, they went with another defensive player, and it's a hidden dev rookie out of Oregon. He is 22 years old only. He is going to be good as well. 49ers, Braxton Greene, 74 overall rookie out of Georgia, 21 years old, and he is going to do some work with Bosa next to him. They do get Gordon Parson, upgrading that line out of Purdue. Not great in the finesse moves, but really clogged the middle of the defense as a run stopper, it looks like. Big frame. Jelani Lake, strong safety, taken before us. We were thinking about taking him. He's a, wow, hidden dev. And Jesus, he's going to be good. That is a good pick for the Giants there. Picked him 2 before us. Jaguars, they take Gio Candidate, the 10th pick. Pretty safe pick there. Right guard, establishing the line. Nothing flashy. Jets, Xavier Ross. Wow, why? He's more of a box safety, but with hidden dev, this guy can do some work. And then they got Demetrius Sermons. Only 21 years old, and this guy, he looks like he's going to be good as well. Some development, but... And then you got Percy Winthrop. Corner out of Utah. This was a pick that was... Wow. He wasn't even on our radar. I didn't even think about picking him. And we looked through a lot of the corners, and by God, he's going to be so good, and he is going to be next to Jeff Okudah. Well, we always said the Lions' defense is not great. Well, that's a big upgrade. Then Jared Sloan, they kind of missed with that one. Ben Vick, who's 63 overall, 21 years old. Leaves much to be desired there. Then you got Sterling Bassey, 21 years old, out of Boston College. Again, just a big frame to sit in the middle and clog up the running lane. Matt Spriggs, Godwin, Peralta, pretty much hitting that first round. Packers take Melvin Anderson instead of a quarterback, and I am still shaking my head. What are you doing? I mean, you have to establish your line, but you don't have a quarterback right now. Steve Potter is a good pick, rookie out of Maryland, 22 years old. He is going to be good. Decent catching in the backfield. Panthers, Manuel Espinarza. In Dev, middle linebacker. This is like a second coming of Luke Kuechly. Wow. And then they bring in Brendan Ward, another hidden dev guy who's going to play on the outside. And then they come in with a right tackle. Not great at pass blocking, but they bring in Sheldon Greer, who has some speed. That's a good draft for the Panthers. Patriots go with a center, Delroy Leonard, rookie out of Oklahoma, 21 years old. He's going to be good. Especially if they retain him long term. But other than that, not really hitting much. Raiders take Matt Garfield after retirement of Aaron Rodgers, rookie out of Alabama. Wow. He took the reins over from Clayton Judge when he entered the draft. And now we're seeing just, wow. He looks fantastic. Then they bring in Richie Cox, which I thought was not a great pick, but now that I'm looking at this, 85 speed? Okay. Eric Lingham? At Ohio State. Needs to up some coverage and some press. Okay, tackling. It's going to be a decent pick. Rams take Tyler Carr, 75 overall. Hidden dev. This line is getting ever more dangerous. I hope we don't play the Rams this year. Because then they brought in Larry Ruggs. And Larry Ruggs is going to do some work. Then they brought in a receiver, Tremaine Poe. Speed. All I see is speed all over this team right now. Then they bring in Bruce Rodgers, another defensive tackle, to come in and just clog it up more. That's some good picks. Franklin Anderson's a hidden dev. He's a 59 overall, but a hidden dev. Okay, it's a long-term project, but Tyquan Phillips, rookie out of LSU, gonna be good. Then they get two big draft picks with Kevin Wheaton. Saw him. Kind of figured he was gonna be good, and well, he's gonna be great. And then Alani Moore, hidden dev, rookie out of Oregon, 22 years old. Wow. Washington comes in and gets Jesse France. Now this pick is just straight unfair. With scary Terry McLaurin. Just wow. Then they brought in Chris Schaefer to anchor that line in the center, which is a good pick. Morris Coleman comes in, tight end rookie at USC. This is a pretty decent draft. I'm not sure about Branch, but I think he can contribute. Saints come in with Cole Watford, the tight end, and wow. Okay, he wasn't even on our radar as well. Might have been the first tight end, that's why I didn't notice him, but okay. Then Dylan Brown snuck under the radar into the second round. Kind of noticed why his zone coverage is not the greatest. Good man in press. The speed needs, not really big on speed. Joseph Monroe. Seahawks come in with Jeff Peters with the 19th pick. Okay. That's a good piece. Then Sean Clay. He's 21 years old, so this is a development piece, but he can develop into something special. Steelers come in with the 31st pick and get Shaquille Evans. This is a great, great piece here. It's not like we tore their defense apart in the Super Bowl, but we tore their defense apart. That's a good part of it. Antoine Benson, they bring in with some speed. Oliver's in there. They tried to enhance their offense a bit. Frank Jennings, a 77 overall left outside linebacker. And he's a speed rusher. He's going to come in and he is going to dominate that division. Jesus. Good acceleration and speed. Then they come in and get Ash, defensive tackle out of Wisconsin. That's a sleeper pick. He looks pretty decent, especially for a 4th round pick that late. Titans come in with John Beekman, hidden dev, rookie out of Alabama. A lot of Alabama players this draft. But hey, after the success of Clayton Judge, why couldn't you? What a great corner for them. Vikings come in and get Jamarian Leonard. Depth piece. They come in with Corey Bennett. He is 24 years old though, but hidden dev. I'm not so sure about that. Kevin McCoon's 21 years old. Another Alabama player. Gonna take a while. DeAndre Jones, 21. He can develop into something special. But I just see a lot of not great picks there. But I did have one question. Timmy Nichols. I'm confused with a lot of those picks. Especially for the Packers. So let's kind of look at what the Packers have. They brought in Edward Kelly. Okay. But I think he's played in New York. Or actually in LA with the Rams. I'm thinking of another quarterback over there. He's still on contract. He played with the Rams behind Golf. Didn't really play much, but okay. The Lions still go with Daniel Jones. And of course the Vikings have the ever dangerous Jordan Love. Kind of got me was a quarterback pick that I did not understand. Greg Dixon over here going to take the reins of the Browns. Was this one? The Buccaneers did not take a quarterback. And Timmy Nichols. They stick with Drew Lock. This is a good backup. Okay, so the Chargers got a backup for Justin Herbert after Kelly left. No. That's the Rams, not the Chargers. So I don't know what they're doing there. Tua 83 or 83 overall. Carson Wentz still going strong in Philly. Jalen Hurts is with the Falcons. This is what I was thinking about. Ethan Price. We'll have to go somewhere. I'm slightly confused by some of these moves. Josh Rosen? Really just going to keep on going with the Patriots? Garfield starts at least for the Raiders. Paul Young's a 74 overall, so I mean, he's going to take charge of that team sooner rather than later, but he'll be 25 by then, 26. Luke Cousins is only 23 and he's taking the reins of this. I'm confused by that pick. I really am. All right, guys. So I'm going to end this episode here. The next one, we will be in the preseason. I like to adjust the roster once again for all the teams to ensure that they have the best available players playing at positions that are comparable to their talents, but also the fact that it makes better teams for that. So we do it for the CPU, and we'll go from there. So I will see you guys in preseason next episode. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.